Okay, let's go ahead and we'll get this started. We're doing a radio show today. I'm going to try out, see if this makes my computer run a little better. All right, cool. Try again, bitch. Oh, horse shit. Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone. Been testing some stuff out here, so fixing some things. We're going to try this without the camera this time to see if that helps the stream to move a little faster. So, yep, I wanted to be sure your drawing was on here. I got interrupted last time with some things, so I wanted to be sure that you were given the credit that you deserved. So, 1 second. Just fixing this. There we go. Come check out Bob Art and Hang. You guys can let me know if the music's too loud or if anything needs to be changed. But this is just going to be a radio show. We're just going to chill out. You guys can ask questions. We can talk about, state of things, the middle, Bob, whatever you guys want to talk about. So, oh, absolutely. I mean, because that's the thing is that I said I was going to show your art. I didn't get a chance to last time, so I just wanted to be sure that that I followed through with that. So I know what it's like to be that person on the other side, where it's like, you try your best to, like, hey, I have this awesome thing. I want to show it to you, or, I worked really hard on this, and it gets completely undermined. I don't like doing that. I like to, simple thing of just, treat people how you want to be treated. So music's at a good level. Awesome. As I just hit the mic. But I'm not sure how long I'll stay on, but I figured that this was just an easy, just kind of thing. I might do these radio shows more often. It takes less power from my laptop to do, so this is just a cool way of just us just hanging out and talking. So I'm really digging this music too. So I'm doing well. I'm actually going to be writing again today. I had my wife listen to the audiobook, and she's a big reader, so I know that she'll be able to give me structural advice and story advice and everything. So there will be some changes. It's pretty much going to start off just with Arlo, and we're going to cover Seth later, but everything will intertwine. It'll be good. So yeah, I really enjoyed the 3D hallways. They looked really, really good. Now I know that on my laptop the picture looks a little bright, so I don't know if it's bright to you guys, if it's hard to see, but up on my TV screen it's very easy to see. So yeah, and there's a lot of cool stuff I thought today. I've got like 3 more ideas that we're going to do with the story, because I'm trying to find a way to basically like not give Seth a weakness, but for like in a very like weird happenstance moment that someone's able to overpower him, and it's essential and huge in the plot and is going to do something really crazy. So I got inspired by a couple of things I saw today, and they were really cool. So that'll be for sure a thing to do. So oh no, you're fine. It was just it's white. It's white on this screen. It tends to get very blown out. So it's got nothing to do with the flash. It was just how my laptop screen is not exactly what we call what we would call high definition. So yeah, it's not anything to do with that, but I get it though. I mean I just recently got a Note 20 from Verizon, and because my brother works there, so he hooked us up, and that camera is stupid. I've done night shots on that thing that is like impossible. It's kind of like what Ryan Connolly from the show Film Riot, that's here on YouTube, he said when he tested out the Sony A7S, he said, what sort of demon magic is this? Like, he's like, this is ridiculous. And he also called it the Jesus of all cameras, just because you can shoot an incredible low light. It's kind of like what we have now, so like it's kind of insane. So, but yeah, my goal is to definitely get some more stuff written. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's depending on how long I go. I might go for like an hour or two. We'll see what happens, because it just I literally got everything done. I cleaned up the house. I've got all my morning activities taken care of. So the most I might do at some point is go get some coffee. So at that point, I'll just make the music a little louder and go from there. So, but it won't be anything too crazy long, unless if we get a lot of people and if we just start all chatting and I lose track of time. But yeah, it's gonna be This could be kind of a laid back, kind of chill thing. So I kind of like the radio show thing. So no, seriously, Anna, it's and she's not kidding. Like, it's the fact that what Eric's phone is able to do, and like ultimately it's the same phone that Chrissy and I have. Yeah, it's insane. Like when you try to look at pictures like what he takes on his phone, especially if they're in like 4K or if they're in the high megapixel range, you look at it on a normal screen, and it looks really odd. Oh yeah, no, go ahead and do your thing. So it's the same deal. If for some reason we don't get your art on here, at the before it all ends, I'll happily throw it onto the next stream. So what I would like to do is that if we can get multiple people to do some art, I would love to feature a different one like every week or like once a month or something, or like whenever I've got time. So I mean that would be really, really cool. Yeah, I'm really digging this music. This is cool. This is a creepy horror sci-fi mix, and it's the non-copyrighted royalty-free version, so that's why we're using it on here. So, and if you guys have not seen it yet, we did a hot cast, this most recent podcast, and it was really cool. It was a lot of fun. Sorry, 124. Hello, welcome. Yeah, seriously, and if he has anything he would like to draw, I would love to feature it. So it's as simple as me just dropping it into the program I use. So if he wants to send something over, just send it to my email and I'll download it. I'm doing a lot better. There's a lot of regret from that night. The hot cast, which is what Anna's referring to, if you guys haven't seen it, we tried some very, very hot stuff on the podcast. And Eric did the one chip challenge. It's 8 million Scoville units, and it's a Carolina Reaper pepper. Well, not like the actual pepper, but like pepper like that you put on eggs. It's that type of like pepper infused Carolina Reaper, and he did that with the chip, and it was quite a show. So if you want to see my reaction to the end, oh, Joey's here, my boy. I love you too, Bubba's. No, but what we have is that we have the 2 clips along with the podcast, which is Brad and Eric ate the end hot sauce, which is 6 million Scoville units, and you can see their reaction to that, which I think the video is like 10 or 11 minutes long. And Eric did the one chip challenge, and he answered 10 questions while he was eating the chip, and had the afterburn. So that was a really, really good one. And if you want to see my reaction to the end hot sauce, that's available on Patreon. So yeah, we're trying out new stuff. We don't know if it's going to work, if people are going to be into it, but we're just seeing what happens, and seeing how it all goes. So we're not defecting, or we're not going with the flow. We're trying it out and seeing if people like it, because we want to try to make content that you guys are going to enjoy. So should be good. Let's see here. Trying to edit this thing real quick, and it's being super slow. But yeah, I was just wasn't bored this morning. I was just kind of driven. I was like, man, I really want to try something. So you want to joke off? Gotta be careful how I say that. Yeah, it's that would be interesting, because I know that I know a lot of jokes from, like, when I was in middle school, like, the stuff that you thought that, like, oh my gosh, like, they said this thing and it was, really scary. We had to say it quietly in science. And now you're kind of like, that's not even anywhere close to the stuff that I know today. There's been jokes that I've heard from people that I did not think were capable of saying certain jokes. And man, it's insane. And also too, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want I don't want there to be an issue. But I love bad jokes. Yeah, bad jokes are awesome. It's, in my opinion, I think that you should be able to laugh at anything depending on the context of the joke. If it's done in a way to be shocking, then it's done in a way to be shocking. If it's done in a way to be gross, then it's a gross, like a poop joke, or like, things like that. So, yeah, it's a possibility. We would have to probably round up, maybe like 20 jokes each, and just and go at it and see what happens. But, and just see which one, disables everyone better. So, and actually, Anna, I just thought of this. Since you're a supporter on, Patreon, can you, let me know if, the video worked? Because I know that it's locked, from anyone from seeing it, but I want to know, because you are a supporter, so I want to know if it works. So awesome. Thank you so much. The video is unlisted on YouTube, so it is just a YouTube link that you'll go to, but it's kind of a common sense thing, but don't share that. That's available only behind a paywall. So but why did the wolf start meditating? I don't know. I gotta know now. Why did the wolf start meditating? Awesome. Thanks for letting me use you as a guinea pig there for a minute. So appreciate that. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. That was the worst pain I've ever been in my life, and I've eaten things that have tasted like battery acid before. Now, I'm also a wuss when it comes to hot stuff, but man, there was just something wrong with that. All kinds of bad. Because he wanted to be a werewolf. Oh my god. That's so dumb. I love it. Love that stuff. Probably turn on my lamp. That way I can see. Ooh, there we go. That's a lot better. He wanted to be a werewolf. That's good. I like that. You are back. Welcome. No, so yeah, the hot cast, that was definitely that was definitely a thing. That was definitely something that happened. And what I'm really excited about is to do more stuff like that. Like, I mean, because pretty much all that we've done is just talk, which, I mean, is fine. But, you know, getting a video of us, I don't know, like, experiencing something for the first time. Like, you know, if we go to a restaurant or something, or if we, react to something. Because I've been trying not to rely too much on the visual aspect, because I still want people on Spotify to be able to have the same experience, or whatever podcast like form you're listening to it on. Which, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I like doing live streams like this and everything, is I've always had a passion for doing radio. I love being just, you know, hidden and letting you guys just hear my voice for a change, instead of it being, you know, me sitting in front of a mic. Because there's something about whenever you listen to somebody on the radio and you listen to someone that narrates or things like that, and what's awesome is that the deepness of their voice, the way that the mic processes it, the way the board, puts everything together, is just, it's awesome. It really creates a much different experience than what you have with video when it's accompanied with it. So I'm very much about creating a different experience. So what should you draw? You should draw Bob with a flamethrower, and he's lighting a Christmas tree on fire. How about that? I just realized my alarm is going off. I got to shut that off. 1 second. We'll bring up the music while I'm gone. And I am back. It's pretty smooth. Yeah, I love the fact that it leaves more to the imagination. It does something that's just very different, you know. There we go. Must have been changing tracks or something. I was like, where's the music at? Which there is a reason why I chose a flamethrower. And Anna, that's going to be something I don't know if I'll write it today, but it'll for sure be included in something. And there's going to be a big joke in the story about it, because believe it or not, you actually can purchase flamethrowers for like $3,000. Yeah, get your art stuff. Go for it. I can't wait to see this. This is going to be cool. But no, so yeah, there is going to be a flamethrower eventually. I'm not sure who is going to use it, but I'm very excited to see how it all comes together. So yeah, I might do this. Hold on. Well, how do you guys feel about the candle? Is the candle cool? You guys into that? I do want to try some different stuff on live streams and have some different backgrounds. I'm thinking about throwing up a picture of the middle here, just, to have something on there. So No. I'm not buying a flamethrower. What I'm saying is that for the story, I'm going to have one of my characters own a flamethrower. And it's going to come in very big handy. And it's actually not going to be that comical. It's actually going to be quite a very serious moment. And it's going to be kind of like this moment of like, you really fucking bought it? So, something to that effect. You got, okay, so Joey digs it. So Anna says the candle's cool. So let's play around with something. I kind of use this live time as like a way to kind of test stuff out and to try different things. So And I can turn layers on and off. So yeah, no, I will not be purchasing a flamethrower. I don't want the FBI here tomorrow. So they're gonna want to know why some guy from Ohio is buying flamethrowers, and we're in the middle of a pandemic and everything that's going on. As if 2020 couldn't get any worse. Some loose cannon from Ohio is gonna start burning stuff down. So it's the equivalent of some Cheeto fingered prick. So. A 6-year-old Cheeto fingered prick. Which, I mean, if we all had flamethrowers, I feel like we'd all be like, we'd be like 6-year-olds anyway. That's way too much power for a human being to have. Just way too much power. Yeah, let's download the water ball one. Let's do that. But no, because I mean, what I was trying to think about was a way for Seth to be able to have some kind of weakness. Yeah, no, for seriously, nothing would surprise me at this point. Especially because they found that big metal monolith in the middle of nowhere. I can't remember where exactly it is, but people were saying it's aliens. But in the same hand, I don't know. I feel like aliens have already driven past us and have been like, screw that, we're not going there. So. That's not confirmed. That's just my opinion. So I love how this thing says it's scanning for viruses, even though it's a file that I uploaded. They're interesting. And I'm really pushing for a release date of the story before December 2028. So I just threw that on there because it's an insurmountable amount of time since then. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm definitely going to be writing quite a bit today. So like I said, I'll probably be on here for about another hour. If I stop at 11 o'clock or 11:30, that'll give me enough time to get some writing done. So, oh yeah, it's always aliens. Yeah, of course, that everyone's always like, oh my god, like it's like, how did this happen in the past? Aliens. Like, where did Stonehenge come from? Aliens. It's just how everything works. It's the nature of the beast. Let's see here. So now, again, we're just gonna try some stuff out. So okay, so that's gonna look like it's changing here in a minute. So let's go ahead. That's not the one that I want. Let's go to this one. Then bring that sucker in. I should have had all this prepared, but we all know that I'm not prepared. Okay. So now. There we go. Got it. That should be changing over for you guys. They always say it's aliens and we get no credit. Anna, you are very, very close with that. I don't want to give anything away, but that is... it's kind of like Thanos with the Infinity Stones, is that he still can be duped in the proper way, but there's only 2 people on the planet that he can invade their minds, and there's a reason for that. Sweet, yeah, awesome. That sounds great. Let's see here. There we go. For some reason, my live wasn't catching up, so. But since we're talking about the middle right now, I'll just go ahead and leave that guy up. So, but yeah, so it's that same mentality where it's like Thanos isn't all powerful. Thanos is only powerful because he has the Infinity Stones. It's that idea where it's like he has acquired something that he may understand to a point, but it is ultimate power, and ultimate power ultimately corrupts. So, well, thank you. I do enjoy my brain sometimes too. So, But no, it's just it's that mentality of just like, okay, like I can't, like if Seth is 100% invincible, then we have no story. There's no way that our characters can even remotely fight back. So that's why I was trying to think of, okay, so he's not omnipresent, he's not this, he's not that. So it's like that kind of makes it a bit easier. So if you give him all three attributes of what God has, then immediately that's when you're like, well, we run into a problem. You can't fight against that. But if we take away even just one of those, then we have a chance. So that's why I chose to not make him omnipresent, because it's the idea where it's like if he's already everywhere, then it doesn't matter. But it's the idea of you have to keep away from him. So it's that kind of mentality. So yeah, so that'll be happening later today. Let's see here. Now I'm curious. I'm going to switch over to the other scene again. I want to know how quickly it transitions over for you guys. So I'm going to watch the screen here. We'll see how this goes. Because I'm going from the middle, and then we'll be going back to the art. There we go. Yep. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I think from what Eric said, there's like a 3 to like 10-second delay from everything. Which and by the way, I actually got the pleasure to actually be on a live stream recently with a group called the Deadheads. I met them through some pretty crazy circumstances, but they're just a solid group of just awesome guys. And unfortunately, the stream got taken down for quote unquote violating community guidelines. Apparently, fair use doesn't exist anymore, so the stream got taken down, and it was really, really messed up. Like it was nobody's fault. Like it's everything that was followed properly is how it should have been done. But all that being said was that we're thinking about doing another project here pretty soon, and by that I mean they've invited me on. So that should be pretty cool. But it's from one of my buddies I've met online. His name is Mike. There's that, and then there is John from Gorecast, and then Tom from Newbie Reviews. And if you've not heard of any of those guys, you definitely should go check them out. They are really, really awesome. Tom, I believe, has 80,000 subscribers. Last time Eric and I checked, so he's doing really, really well. He got big from reviewing the Human Centipede movies. So I do not recommend watching them. Stay away from them. But he reviewed them, and it is hilarious. His sense of humor is just very, very on point. So let's see here. I'm really digging this music too. This is cool. I'm really happy this is royalty free. Yeah, this is really good. I think I might use this from now on. This is cool. It's easy to talk over. It's nice. So I'm sharing this on Facebook. So but yeah, so that is the game plan. Ooh, this one's got like crazy violence going on. Whoa! It kind of reminds me of like that Insidious music. Let's see what this one's called. Because there's something about like just whenever you look at the title of a song and then understand how the song feels and everything. So this one's called Killer from the Deep. Next one's called Los Angeles 2077, and I'm pretty sure that all these guys are credited as far as like the artists and stuff that are in here. Oh, this is White Bat Audio, so this is a mixture of a mix of all the stuff this guy's done so far. Well done. I'm subscribing. He's only got 12,000 subscribers, guys. I'm going to hold on. We're gonna cut out the music here just for a second. We'll go back. See here. The music will come back here in a second. This is the music that we're listening to. This is the guy, or not the actual video, but this is his channel. Go subscribe to him. He's only got 12,000 subscribers so far, and he deserves way, way more. course, now I'm just waiting for this to load back up. Come on. There we go. Should be popping up here in just a second. Video is buffering right now. But yeah, it's I love just, you know, finding like small artists like that, you know, it's like they just give their all and they do everything that they love. And, you know, sometimes you don't get the credit that you deserve, you know, but in the same hand, it's still just good stuff. Yeah, the video I'm watching is, or the music that's accompanying this, which should be showing up here again here pretty soon. It's an hour and 11 minutes long, so it definitely has a lot of content to it, and it's really awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's writing the story has done a lot to kind of open my mind up and make me open for other ideas that I'm eventually going to try to do. So I'm not even going to talk about them yet because they're in such the infancy stage of storytelling that it wouldn't do them the honor that's needed. So there we go. The music is back now. I did not lie. So yeah, so there's more ideas that I'm planning on doing here pretty soon. So it just, you know, like I said, it just depends on how everything goes and how long it takes me to write this one. So, because it's that mentality of that, you know, you have like how Stephen King writes, where like something just comes into his mind and he's just like, I've got to get this out, and he just starts going and going and going. And people have asked him before about his characters. They're like, you know, why did you kill this character? Why did this character die? And he's just like, well, he's like, I didn't want it to happen, but for what the story needed, that's what needed to happen. He's like, I didn't know what was going to happen to that point. So it's kind of interesting to write like that, where you're just like, how is this story taking form? How is this working? So Midnight Dream, you're here. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're talking about everything from the Bob art that the artist sent in to that we are also talking about. If you've not seen it yet, I'll transition over. This is some concept art that I've been working on. I've had me and my brother and a good friend of mine have been kind of throwing around the idea of a new cosmic horror story. And I've written the first chapter. There's actually an audiobook that's already, or not audiobook, the first 3 chapters are up on my channel. So if you're curious about it and want to hear about it, kind of to hear like what's going on, that's kind of what we're talking about. Just Bob art, the middle, and anything else we want to talk about. So I'll be very happy to finally be able to tell my story properly and like just like for it to be out, because I'm just like, oh God, I've just been waiting on this for so long. There's kind of that relief stage of just like, it's finally out there. It's finally here. It's finally, you know, ready to be shared. So yeah, music stopped again. I don't know why. I jumped back to the previous screen. It's weird. There we go. Music is back. So how's things going for you, Midnight? Oh, sweet. Go ahead and send it to my email. I'll go ahead and I have a different process now on how I download stuff. So we're not going to rely on my computer to open up Gmail, because for some reason Gmail takes a long time to open. So I'll open it up on my phone and save it there, and then open it up in Google Drive and bring it there. So really, it's how long do you think the book would be as far as like audio? Do you think it'd be like an hour? Do you think it'd be 10 minutes? Do you think it'd be 2 minutes? Do you think it'd be 4 hours? Like, what are you thinking? Because I would love to. Trust me, I get it. There's some people that are very close to me that work in the medical field that are going through a lot right now, and trust me, I get it for sure. And so you just take that time that you're able to rest and you just relax. You know, you gotta do something to keep your sanity. You know, it's like a break is known as the pause that refreshes. So that's always important. Working is important, but rest is more important. So. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, think about it like this. The audiobook or no, I keep on saying audiobook, but like the sample audiobook, if you will, because if I do the middle as an audiobook, it's going to be self-produced. I'm not going to rely on anything else. Essentially, I think that my video was 11 minutes long, and that was 3 pages. So it just depends on like how big your font is. It depends on, like how much, context is in those pages, how much descriptions in those pages, how you want to read them, how your characters are going to say things, because pacing matters. You don't want to just read it like a robot. But I mean, an hour, I think that's pretty fair. I'd be interested about it. I mean, even if you don't want to put it online, if you want to make it unlisted and email me the link, I'll happily listen to it and tell you what I think. So, I mean, because that's the thing. I'll never be unfair if I'm reviewing your work. I am always going to do my best to be sure that I am looking at it through the right lens and always being like, okay, this is what you need to improve on, but this is also what I really liked. So it's like, because I never like to just give people nothing, because it's like, if you're telling me that this blows, then it's like, well, then why would I keep going? I'm very easily discouraged. So I try to always approach things in the right mentality. So Midnight, if you want to send me it, I would really enjoy that. That'd be cool. Oh yeah, doing some of the characters. Yeah, that'd be, oh man, God. You're opening doors for me in my mind about like what I might want to do with my story eventually. So, which me and my buddy Luke have been kicking around his new story for a minute. We haven't talked about it recently, but he has a 4th part to the Firefly trilogy that was on that's on the channel right now. It starts off with a letter. That's part 1. And part 2, I believe, is called Firefly, and number 3 is called oh man, what is it? They're my videos, I should know them. But essentially what's happening is that he thought of a part 4, and it's going to be the most involved scary story I've put on my channel, hands down, period, bar none. I think there's going to be something crazy like 7 characters that we want 7 different voices for. Now, whether or not, like, we're not sure like who all is going to play them or how everything's going to go, but it's going to be very cool nevertheless. Like, it's just I look at stuff like that and that's just fun. It's just fun to me. I love being creative and trying different things, and just being like, hey, like let's work on this epic, and even if nobody sees it, let's have some fun, let's see what happens. So let's see here it is. Okay, so yeah, so part 1 is called Sanitarium, a letter, part 1 of 4. Part 2 of 4 is Firefly. Part 3 of 4 is 1937. So that's been known as the Firefly trilogy. That's been on the channel, and it'll end up being a Firefly quadrilogy. I don't even know what you call that, a 4-parter, but because I believe an epic is supposed to be like more than like 4 parts or something. So, but yeah. Midnight says, at the moment, I have 3 main characters, one of the brothers and at least one set of parents that is introduced, and the other 2 sets have yet to be met. Okay. That makes sense. I think that the best way that I think I have found to write characters, at least in my mind, and I'm not like a visionary, or I'm not like a professional at this. I've never even published a book, let alone finished a written story in my life. But what's helped me form them is who I would want to play them. A quartet, yeah. We've been the Ghostly Trio long enough. Maybe we should be a quartet. So it's a very bad stretch impression from Casper, but you've been working on it since your senior year of high school. No way. So how long has that been? So I don't know when you graduated, so I don't know how long it's been for you. Okay. Now, artist, did you send me the email yet? I didn't. I think I may have pushed one aside, and I want to make sure it wasn't you, because I'm kind of out of habit. I always just do it that way. I'm always clearing up space on my phone. So, okay, I haven't gotten anything yet. All right. But yeah, let's see here. Oh, you watched Casper yesterday? That movie is fire. I used to, like, when I was a kid, we had this rental place that was like right down the street from our house. For about a year. Okay, that's a fair amount of time. I think the guy that wrote Holes spent, I think, 3 years on it. So he just kept going, didn't stop until it was done. Casper was always like my Friday night movie. That was always like one of my favorites, was to beg my parents if we could. Jeez, can't do that on radio. No, so that was always like the one thing I would always like would want. I would like beg and beg for Casper, because Casper was actually the very first movie I ever saw in theaters, like hands down. We saw it in Maine when I was super young. I can't even say how old I was, but it was wild. Let's see here. I've not received it yet. I'm refreshing my Gmail here, so hold on. Because the second that I get it, I'm going to download it, so... Oh, it's on Netflix? Yeah, right now the only one that I have of you is from the previous one, which is Bob is Tick. So it might just take a minute for it to process over, but I'm in no way shutting down unless if an emergency happens. So I mean, we're gonna chill out here and do our thing. So let's go ahead and go back to the other screen. Back to the art, as it were. What I want to find is I eventually want to find just some really good like background music that's not necessarily creepy, but this will work for now. So, but yes, Midnight, tell us what your story's about. Give us like a 2 to 3 sentence synopsis if possible, but like hide as much info as you can. But I want to know enough to be interested to see what it's all about. All right, so Midnight says we'll definitely get a sample going and send it to you. If you want, I can also send you the book itself so you can read what I've got so far. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, it's just send it to my email, kylewright425@gmail.com. So it's just my screen name and then @gmail.com. So, well, here's the thing too, Midnight, just share only what you're comfortable with. If you're not ready to give a synopsis yet, go for it. Or don't go for it. But if you are, go for it. So. As I've said before, this whenever this stream is up, this is a safe space. I understand what it's like when you create something and you're scared to bring it up to the public, because it's like, man, like, what if people don't like it? Like, trust me, I get that. I suffer from severe anxiety, and that's something that is very, very hard for me. I had this I've had this idea for a while, and it took a long time for me to even vocalize it. So. Do you know Sam and Coldy? No? I mean, I know a Sam, but I've never met a Coldy. Or is that Cody? Again, I know a Sam and a Cody, but I don't know if that's don't know if they're the same people. Is it still going? Oh, this one is called Is It Too Late? This has got a wicked picture of some really crazy creature. I don't even know what it is, but I'll go ahead and put that in the chat. This is the music that we're listening to. They're ghost hunters. Okay. Are they TV or are they YouTube? Because honestly, the main ones that I know about are Zach from Ghost Adventures. Obviously, he's one of the most famous ones. But then you have all the guys from Ghost Hunters, which I'm pretty sure they were proven to be false. They had some very incriminating stuff that came out. So YouTube, okay. Let's see here. If you can, if you send me a link, I'll subscribe to them. I'm always up for finding new stuff to watch, and like new paranormal stuff to take in. Because I'm a skeptic, but in the same hand, like I'm a skeptic who also believes in the paranormal, because it's one of those things that I try to debunk everything before I immediately assume something paranormal is happening, because I feel like that's kind of an ignorant thing to do. Like, you want to be sure that you test all things out, because just because you hear a sound in the middle of the night at your house doesn't mean that there's a ghost. So yeah, perfect. Yeah, that way if anybody else wants to subscribe to them, they absolutely can. So I was kind of hoping that Brent may show up. I don't know what that guy's been up to. Haven't talked to him in a minute. Let's see here. What really kills me too is being able to control everything with the sliders and stuff. So, all right. So let's see what this is. So the book is about this group of kids: Eric Newman, Rye Norman, and Diana Foster. They are a part of an ancestry destiny to defeat their forgotten enemy, Maius Imperium. Ooh. I'm interested in that. I want to know. It's a very good choice of names. It's a very good choice of the number of characters. No, it's you got a good hook with that. That was awesome. Yeah, Ann and I are both in with this. So it's so whatever you've got done, or whatever you're able to, or whatever you're comfortable with sharing, I'm all about it. Oh yeah, Anna was scared that if we may have scared you off. So you did send the link? I was gonna say it's not popping up. Did YouTube restrict people from putting links on chat on live? If so, that's dumb. Yeah, because I still haven't received an email. So hold on. Of course, they're trying to say that 5G is the next best thing. So come on, guys, got to get your 5G. So it's like, I don't care. I was completely happy with 4G, and then you guys had to go and ruin it all. So. I don't know what is going on with my Gmail. This is weird. So hopefully it ends soon. So, yeah, there's something about because what you've done there is all you've revealed is characters, and it's done in a very, very good way of just you haven't ruined anything. As far as the story is concerned, there's still so much mystery. That's what I love about a story. I love it when you can just hook me, and the aspect of that, it's okay, these people have names, these people have histories, these people have motives. I want to know what's going on. And that is what's really, really cool. Well, number one, thank you for making me one of your favorite YouTubers. But also, no, it's just it's the thing, dude. Is that like I'm just like you, man. Like I'm just like I'm just like you guys. I'm just some dude that's currently in his basement right now, live streaming on his laptop. You know, like there, like you got to remember that. Like I struggle with the same things that you do. I get excited about the same things that you guys do. I never once want a platform to ever elevate me to the point to where, like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm better than you or anything to that effect. That's not what it is. It's just we are all people trying to get through what life is throwing at us right now, and we're all enjoying what we have, you know. So, which actually, because Midnight Dream, yeah, you came from TikTok, which it's I got to get back on TikTok again. I got to start doing stuff again, but yeah, no, it's I love reading people's stories. That's one of the reasons why I loved doing fan scary stories, because it was just like, hell yeah, like, you know, send me your real stuff that's happened to you. It's like for two reasons. One, because they're fun to read and they're fun to bring to life. But secondly, there is this kind of thing where it's like, look, you're not alone. Other people have been, you know, have been through what you've been through. People have understood and know what it's like to be, you know, scared in the middle of the night or not understand why something is happening. You know, it's like that there's this sense of like there's over 40 stories on my channel from 40 different people. And actually some of them include multiple stories. So it's more than 40 people. It's like that's insane. All right, Midnight Dream, I got your book. Artist, I still have not gotten the art, which I don't understand. Which is really odd. Yeah, because that came through like immediately. Okay. All right, sweet. Yep, it did come through. I got the book, so it is there. So obviously I'm not going to read it right now, because we're doing the live thing. But I like how it's structured. I like how it looks. So it looks really cool. So I'll be able to read it and pick it apart and everything. So. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I understand what's going on. All right, yep. Yeah, that's just... Sometimes emails are finicky like that. They get really weird. So, I don't know. Obviously, your art has been sent in before, so I mean, it works. It's just a matter of, I guess, just when it wants to work. But yeah. So I mean, it's whether it's this stream or the next, I will happily show your art on here, because you made my profile picture for my Instagram, so like I'm definitely gonna, you know, keep featuring you. And anybody else who does fan art, if any of you guys have fan art and you want to send it in, I will happily feature it on here. So, and remember too, this live stream is very free form, you know, so it's, even if we don't get to it, it's no big deal. It's like, you know, we're just still chilling and we're still doing our thing. So Midnight says, please let me know what you think of it, because I'm not confident with some of the wording of things like that. So if you want, I can have it where you can comment or edit it. Yeah, if you want to. I do, like, I never like to just do it straight with just written, because that's sometimes that you can kind of like I know that I can come off like I'm being very negative when I promise that I'm not. No, it's I'm somebody who understands that, like, when you've had an idea in your head for so long and how it flows and how it works, that's how your idea ultimately comes to life. And when somebody criticizes it or says, no, you got to take this out, it's kind of like, well, I worked really fucking hard on that, dude. Like, come on, you know? So it's like, I get that. I understand what that's like. So I try not to be that way, but in the same hand, anything that I would ever give you, it would be to better your story and to better you. So, Anna says, off topic PSA, when you teach the kids to wash the dishes, be prepared to wash everything again. Oh my Lord. That's why I just gave, like, I mean, we don't have kids, but like, that's why I just gave up on just washing dishes. I just put them in the dishwasher and go for it. So, speaking of which, I'm going to go check on something real quick. I'll break up the music again, and you guys enjoy the candlelight and everything else. So I'll be right back. And I am back. Went to go check on the animals upstairs just to be safe, so. Oh, yeah, midnight. Like, think about it like this. There's plenty of teaser trailers and teaser things that get your mind going and just make you wonder. And you're like, okay, what's going to happen here? That usually means you got something good. Now, obviously, there is the Prometheus mentality where, Prometheus had an amazing trailer and the movie was absolute dog shit. So it's like just because something is pitched well doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. But in the same hand, this is an opportunity to deliver. You have a really awesome teaser and you have, something that is clearly something very original that you have come up with. That can't be compared. That is the best thing. That is the coolest thing. So, man, it's still not sending. That's crazy. Makes me wonder if it's like your internet connection or something. That's odd. Trust me, I know what it's like to get really, really frustrated with technology. I get so irrationally pissed off. So trust me, I would be the exact same way or even worse. So, Alec, hello. Oh, there we go. It's sent. Okay. So let's see here. I was going to say that, looks like an email that's empty. I don't have any, images with it. I'm going to close it and reopen it again just to be safe. There are some days that technology just wants to do nothing but just kick you in the groin. Trust me, I get it. Yeah, there's nothing attached to it. So it did send, but there's no picture attached to it. I was replying to a message. Getting everything all hunky-dory. But yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and open up the question floor now. So if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask me, whether or not it is YouTube related or if it's about me or about life or anything else, we'll go ahead and open up the question floor. So this is your time to learn anything that you would like about little old me. I have not seen Michael versus Jason on YouTube. That sounds like that would be kind of interesting. It's kind of like the whole Freddy versus Jason thing, but they did what they originally intended to do, which was Freddy versus Michael versus Jason. So, funnily enough, when they got rid of that, when they couldn't acquire the rights to Michael, that they originally wanted to call it A Nightmare on Crystal Lake, which would have been so cool, but they didn't have the ability to for some reason. So, see, Midnight says, I've wanted to be a writer for a long time, or author. So yeah, like you said, Kyle, this is a story that I made and I've had in my head for a long time. And knowing that my number one favorite YouTuber wants to read or listen to it surprises me. Like I said, just I'm a person too. It's I'm happy to be a creator that you enjoy and that that you like watching what I make, and and everything, and being your favorite, that's crazy. I'm shocked that I'm even somebody's favorite. You know, like that's the lens I look through. That's how I think. You know, it's a very, very interesting experience. It's a euphoric experience because it's like kind of puts you on the outside of things, and you're like, wow, like, you know, I get to be that person that I looked up to, you know, so. It's really awesome. So, but no, but and to answer Alex's question, I have not seen that, but I am very, very willing to watch it. So I love watching fan stuff. So in fact, I think the only audiobook I've actually completely listened to was It by Stephen King, and that was 44 hours of an audiobook because the book is like 1,200 pages. Yeah, it's just, that was probably one of the longest experiences I think I've ever had reading or listening to a book. So, oh yeah, I did that in the preparation to go see it, chapter 1, and that was, I wanted to go into it completely prepared. I wanted to be sure that I was prepared for anything, and that I was prepared for the story to form itself in the way that it needed to, and I wanted to be sure that Andy Muschietti did a great job. So audiobooks are the way to go, man. So you will send it at 11:45 a.m. All right. I may not be on by then, but I mean, like I said, I'll just feature it on the next stream. That's what I did this time. So see, Midnight says, so I've been following since TikTok, and you said in one of your videos that was whether you were scared if the demons got into your house, and you pointed out a cross. Where did you get the inspiration? Oh, so that was just me. Like, I'm going to reveal quite a bit here with, this is just how my brain works, is that that was me trolling against people because of the fact that they were just like, you know, oh, like this, I think because it was still at the time when people thought it was real. So I got to have a little fun with some things here and there. And that was kind of me just being like, you know, like the idiots who think that just because they have a cross in their house that they're immediately safe from all, like, you know, demonic oppression, temptation, and everything. It's like, look, I have a cross, we're safe, everything's fine. It's like, no, you're not. Quite the opposite, because you're not protecting yourself the way you should be. So yeah, that's pretty much where that came from. My ideas really aren't birthed from a really awesome primordial soup that is so inspirational. It kind of just comes from like, well, this worked, so let's see if it works with this. So pretty much just how it goes down. I try to keep everything very, very simple. I'm not somebody that I'm not someone that tries to be super in depth whenever I take ideas. Like, it's to me, I feel like an idea is birthed from just, you know, the idea of like, okay, you know, like, look, it's like, you know, ask the question, what if, and just kind of go from there. Like, you know, like, what if this happened? And like, well, what would happen with this? What would happen with that? Like, you know, how would this all come together? So Anna, yeah, we do have stuff to keep us protected. My wife is very, very serious about those things. So we always have protection throughout the house. So that was even before Bob the Demon was even a thing. We had some crazy stuff happen at an apartment, and we've never once been unprotected from that point. So we kind of took inspiration from my one of my second mothers. Her name is BJ, and she is just an amazing woman. And she told me, she said, she's like, my house is protected all the time. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, nothing can come into my house that's not already been cleansed or blessed. And I went, oh, okay. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know, like the kind of the inspiration for it. BJ has taught a lot to my wife, and, you know, has shown her some really cool things. And she's actually BJ's working in the medical field as well. My wife works in the medical field. So, but It's been a very, very difficult year for her, as it has been for many people. So, what is my favorite scary story that I've ever gotten or have posted? Ooh, honestly, there's a couple. There's a couple. The one that comes to my mind the most, and it was just because of how the person told the story, and explained what happened to them. And I'm always going to believe that these stories are real, because I said, like, hey, like, I want true scary stories that's happened to you when I pitched the idea first. So, it was the La Llorona story. That was very interesting because the person that wrote it swears up and down that it didn't happen, but it was psychosis. And that, to me, I felt like that was such an important thing to talk about, because I don't know if you guys have ever lost a loved one, or have dealt with extreme loss just in general, or have gone through a nervous breakdown, or a mental, emotional breakdown. But when you do, this is more from experience of like what other people have told me, so don't think that this has happened to me, but essentially you see stuff that isn't there. You start to become very vulnerable. You start to not make sense. Your rationale goes down the drain. You go through a metamorphosis mentally. And psychosis is a very real thing. It's something that not a lot of people like to admit, and it's really unfortunate. And that's why I love that story, because it's not like the imagery was cool, and like, you know, the way that the music worked, and like all, like, yeah, like I've been doing film for however long. I can make anything cool if I really want to. The point is that this story did something different. It didn't say that this person really saw La Llorona. It was the fact that it was the fact that this person went through such a detrimental loss in their life, and they basically were like, look, this is what happened because of this. And it was essentially the message of like, don't let anyone tell you how to grieve. Everybody grieves in their own way. So I would probably say, yeah, I'd say La Llorona is up there. And if I had to choose another, I'm going through my Rolodex of all these. Probably the there was a couple boogeyman stories that I got. Yeah, Anna, you get a couple days of sleep can do it too. Yeah, it's insane. No, but there was a couple of boogeyman stories that got sent in there. So yeah, right, Rolodex, like it's you know, like it's a bunch of files and stuff. It's what they used to have back in the day. It's that joke that Gabriel Iglesias said. Yeah, Rolodex. Officer, thank God you got a computer. Last week we got pulled over in Fresno. That guy had a Rolodex. Yeah, so, oh my God. I just realized I'd probably explain that to you, and you probably already know what it is. I'm an idiot. But, no, so, yeah, I got to go through my Rolodex. I got to think about, like, oh, man, what all stories have I told? Again, I've told 40 stories, so, I mean, there is that. My wife's story is also crazy, too, but my mom's story, that's a story that I heard my entire life, and that's something that was really crazy to hear and to, you know, understand, like, wow, this really did happen to her. So yeah, that was quite a thing for sure. Want to try something? Now I just changed my mic setting. How does that sound, guys? Artist, I have no doubt, man. I'd probably be drop kicking my computer right now, because it's like that's not all right. Oh, you've only listened to mine. Oh, it's Mom's story and Christy's story are ridiculous. Again, let me know if this mic thing sounds all right. I don't know if this is loud enough, because I can change the voice strength. So I'm probably gonna record some stuff later today, so I sound brighter. Okay. How about now? About middle? This is my voice strength is basically at middle, so my mic isn't that hot beforehand. It was very, very low. And then what I normally use is the soft mic. Is that essentially it turns the sensitivity up of the mic really, really high. That way it picks up a lot of things. I don't have to be near the mic if I don't want to. But again, here's medium. So how does that sound? Oh yeah, midnight all the time. I mean, even some stuff that I haven't used, because there's people that have sent me 2 sentences, and I'm like, great, that's awesome, but I can't use this. It's like I've had people that like get mad at me. They're like, why didn't you use my story? I'm like, well, all right, Tim, if you would have sent me more than 20 words, I would have done it. So this is good. All right, cool. I'll probably keep this for live streaming. But no, there's been some fan stories that like I've actually had to like turn a light on before, because I'm like, ooh, this is getting a little too close to home. Nothing really stands out to me as far as like remembering them, because I've moved on a lot from doing scary stories, which I want to do again. It's just I have not gotten any content. I went through a period of time where I was getting a couple of scary stories a day, and it made it really easy to keep going, but it just kind of died off. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll, do something else, so I can keep doing other things, so, yeah, there's been fan stories that have definitely done that to me. I think the one that did it for me, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's in like a group of 4, of like 4 stories in one. And it was about a girl that, was camping and, with her dad in this trailer. And essentially she had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and something was following her, something was chasing her, and she's like, I don't know if it was something paranormal, or if it was something physical, or if it was like a wolf, or if it was this or that. But I haven't had that exact same thing happen, but I have I've been through situations like especially like, because the bathroom that she described was very much like the bathroom that I would go to, that we had to walk to with the campground I used to stay at with my family. And at night, that thing was just, it was a whole new breed. It was scary. It was that whole idea that it's like, I wanted to not be by myself there, because it was the idea that anyone can come in. This isn't a public restroom in a store. This is a public restroom in an open, like campground. So midnight, I can't remember if I got your story or not. Now, if I haven't done it, there might be a reason. It might be the length. But I'm going to go ahead and check this real quick on my phone. Let's see. Would help if I could actually type. Let's see here. Is it the empath monster? Because if so, I think I just didn't do this one yet, I think. It'll let me view it. Yeah, midnight. This one's going to have to be in a collection of them, because it's not that long. Not a bad story by any means. It's got nothing to do with the content or anything to that effect. It was the length. Oh, this is getting a little loud. So yeah, it's because I need some more content. Like I don't want to just make a 2-minute video or anything to that effect. I want to be able to do my normal lengths for 2 reasons. One, it gives a lot of context for people to listen to. 2, selfishly, for monetization readings and stuff like that, or monetization and everything like that. That was actually how I built up to monetization, was doing all the scary stories I had along view duration and stuff. And I've been trying to build that up. That's one of the reasons why we've been doing podcasts, is that it makes your channel healthier. So I've been trying to basically, like, if I'm going to choose stories, I want to have a lot of content. So that's literally the only reason why. So artist, I know. And it's, if I could kick that tech in the face for you, I would, because that's not fair. But no, your art will absolutely be featured anytime that you send it in, because you have done just nothing but good stuff. Like every time you've sent stuff into me, it's been nothing but good. So don't you worry about a thing. Whether it's this time or next time, it'll definitely be featured. Let's see here. I'm going to do some other tests here before we officially shut down here. So I'm going to try to put one of my motion backgrounds of the middle up and see how that works. Because that just sounds like fun. Okay. Changing some fades too to see how long it takes to go over, so that's cool. That works. All right, we'll go back to the middle there after I'm going back and forth so much. So as always, thank you guys for like hanging out with me and helping me test this stuff out and seeing how all this goes. So because it's very, very helpful. So I guess my question for you guys is, what's on the agenda for you guys for the day? What are you guys feeling like doing today? Got anything cool planned or anything fun? No, I know it's that I was just switching to the picture real quick. I've got to actually download the YouTube video. So this is actually the one motion thing that I can't figure out how to do, because I would have to show the guy continuously syncing, and I don't know how to do that to make it loopable. So yeah, so it's like eventually I hope to make the water one a make it a motion one, but it just, that was really, really difficult. So I'm gonna find the one with the earth. Okay, cool. Vidjas. There we go. Okay. Boom. Don't worry, there'll be movement and motion here in just a moment. Midnight says, well, for me, it's get ready for today, chores, maybe I'll get that audio in and maybe a video or two for my channel and then get ready for work. Gotcha. Oh, trust me, I remember those days. Doing the fun stuff before going to the old grime, so... Yeah, because I've been off since Wednesday due to the holiday week and everything. Just we had a lot of people call off on Wednesday, so I was like, whatever. I'm like, I'll probably just end up just following suit and going from there. But yeah, it's just it's been good. Thing is, too, is I've also put in my time with that, because I've worked 2 jobs at one point, so I'm kind of like, all right, I'm all right with having this time off and doing that, because it's like it took me a bit of time to get here. So again, I know I've been saying it a lot, but I'm really just digging this music. Not seeing anything pop up yet, but I've been keeping my phone alive, just kind of checking it to see if anything comes through. So do this. No, for sure. Now, when you say the animals don't take days off, do you work at a shelter or something? Yeah, and there was plenty of nights I didn't sleep, and plenty of nights that I was just emotionally, mentally, and physically broken just from all the work I was doing. I worked a warehouse job, did that, had a lot of overtime, and then throughout the week I would work over at a retail store, and I would do that. And being a fresh married man working two jobs, trying to keep everything together and still be creative and try to have fun, it's rough. But good thing is that I didn't have to do it for too long, so. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I've not received it, so. Oh, you're a vet assistant. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to open up my email just in case. Let me take a look at something. Yeah, the last thing I've gotten here is from Margarita Resort in Orlando, so it's some spam. Yeah, the last one I got from you doesn't have any attachments, so I don't know what's up. It's weird. Vet assistant. That's cool. That's awesome. From coming from someone who has animals and everything to that effect, I love that. That's awesome. Might do an animal stream here pretty soon and show you guys all the cats. I like cats. Aaron Doe. You should check out his vines. They're hilarious. Yeah. Also, how would you guys feel about an ASMR session? Could you talk quieter? I'd like the grass, or I'd like to hear the grass grow. Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know why it's doing that. That's insane. Oh, this next song is called Return to Crystal Lake. Ooh, it's got that 80s kind of vibe. All right. I dig it. I feel like Jason's about to pop up behind me or something. Ooh. It's got that scary music. You will not join for that? You despise ASMR? That's funny. No, it's just because Eric's really huge into it, so I didn't know if that was something that you guys shared as a common interest or whichever, but no, I'm not into ASMR by any means, but I was just like, man, I'm like that would be kind of fun. Like if we did an entire like whisper podcast where it's like just a lot of fun. So Midnight, that just shows that you're passionate about that. That's what you love doing, you know. And again, that's kudos to you for that. That's awesome. Some people they don't take that side of things seriously, you know, or it's one of those things where it's like it's undermined or it's this or it's that, when it's like, no, man, like this is a legit deal, man. It's like, you know, animals need help, you know. It's like it's a big deal. So all right, come on, center up. There we go. Okay, the motion background should be updating for you guys here in just a moment. Yeah, because this motion background was the very first one that I made. Okay, I'm like, I can try out, you know, something and see if I can bring something to life. So, those are our two main characters that are at the bottom. That's Arlo and that's Candy. So there's a story as to why they're standing there and why the earth is visible behind them and why everything is happening the way that it is. So and cancel that one out. And then I turned that music off. Do you guys hear anything coming from the stream at all? Because if not, I'm going to try something. Thank you. I do enjoy that one. This is actually, let's see here. The background is skipping. Yeah, I figured. Trying to figure out how to change all these things. It's interesting. We'll kill that for the time being. Eventually, I'm going to be able to get a smooth stream. But until then, you know, so. Midnight says, yeah, animals are my family, and keeping family together is what is important to me. So if you're ever in the Glenpool area, check out the Woodland West Animal Hospital. You'll find me there at 1:30 p.m. Right on. So the sound was coming through on that. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. That's interesting because it's not coming through the board. So ooh, I can change the speed of it. We can make the Earth super fast. That'd probably be a lot of fun. Well, if it's still skipping, then we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, I dropped it. It's just weird because I can't hear it through the system, which is really odd. I'm gonna have to do some tests with this and not do it while I'm live. But yeah, I'll stay on here for about 10-15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go get busy and get to writing. So because I know Anna's getting impatient. She wants to know what's going on, and I'm getting impatient because I want it to be a thing. So. It would be nice. I just want to finish my story. Is it so bad? Yeah, No, Midnight, you're fine. That's perfectly fine. This is the time that, you know, like we that's what you got to do, you know? You tell people, well, you know, like, hey, this is my job. This is where I work. This is you got to promote yourself, you know? So if you're ever out of line on that, I'll be sure to let you know. And trust me, you were not. There we go. This audio shouldn't skip. This audio should sound good, and my voice should be level with it and everything. So this is the This is what inspired the Earth Picture, this music. It's a song called Petrichor. And Petrichor basically is the scent that is left behind after it rains on dry soil. That idea that when you smell it, you know a storm has happened and it's over. And it's also another way has been described as the water that flows through the veins of Greek gods. And I love that. Yes, it is the best smell ever. It is so cool. It's basically nature's way or God's way or whatever of like, I mean, however you want to look at it, of just being like, you made it. And this is what you're hearing now. And the way this is what I want you to feel at the end. So Midnight says, well, as much as I would love to stay, I need to get to my chores, so I'll send you that audio when I can. Bye. Thanks for having me on the stream. Not a problem, Midnight. Thank you. That's super awesome. I'll have you on this stream anytime. You enjoy yourself, you get those chores done, you go take care of those animals, and you enjoy your day. Don't let anybody throw shade at you, as Alex Hefner always says. No, but see, I didn't even know that was even a Doctor Who reference. That's crazy. You think that I would know that because my wife's a big Doctor Who fan, but no, I had no idea. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to put my readers through hell. I'm going to put my characters through hell. This is going to be a very, very difficult story to get through in certain spots. And I wanted to be sure that by the end of it, it was all worth it. And that's why, that's actually Candy that says that. It's the tagline, is she says, you were worth it. Early Matt Smith, Amy Pond days, I think. Okay, gotcha. I really only paid attention like when the Weeping Angels. I've only seen the 2 episodes, but the Weeping Angels and the Silence. Those are just solid episodes, and they're genuinely terrifying. Oh, you sent it through your school account. Okay, I'll see if it sends through. But no, I'm all about the journey that you have to go on, but I'm really about, making sure that journey was worth it. There's some people that when they write stories, like for instance, the guys that wrote and created Marble Hornets, which is a really awesome found footage series that's on YouTube. It's about Slender Man. And it was inspired by the Something Awful forums, and essentially they took their own iteration of Slender Man and made it into a series, and it's awesome. And somebody asked them, they said, well, how do you know how the story is going to end? Do you know where you guys want to end this? And they kind of chuckled and were like, yeah, it's this mentality of that, the one of them said, well, look, I'm all about the journey. I could care less how it ends. So he's like, I could just have the tape end and you would have to deal with it essentially. But the other guy was like, no, he's like, we know how this is going to end. He's like, I've made sure that this is going to end this way. And he said, that's just the way that we're sticking with it. So I want to make sure that your journey is worth it. So. Well, that's the thing. Does he have to fall deep through the water, or could he slowly flip? Here's what I will say. The visual that you're seeing now, that's not a male. And that's all that I'll say. The water, the ball, the person in the ball, it is basically the apex or the anchor point of the entire story. This is essentially what makes everything work. So, oh, sorry, you were talking about just for the visualizer. I don't know. it's hard because I really like, I want to show this thing plunging into the water. And like, this is the one of the things that I'm really good at. I'm good at creating still images and knowing what is needed for it to happen. Anna, to be fair, there is actually no hair. That is a male silhouette, but for the story, because remember, this is just concept art. This is just something I threw together where I was like, this is just purely to get a conversation started. But if you're seeing hair, I'm kind of interested. I want to take a look at it again. Hold on. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see if it loads. All right, it's sent. It did in fact send. Yeah, so there must be something up with your other email for some reason. It just doesn't like it. I don't know why. It's weird. All right, so give me 1 second. Go ahead and save that to Drive. Burn. That's what I'll call that one for my organizational reasons. Let's see here. I'm gonna look at that picture again, and I want to see if hair can be seen. So, because now you got me interested. So, not that. Drive. Let's see here. That's interesting. It's way more crystal clear on my end, so I could see probably why you would probably think that there's probably some longer hair in there, but no, I'm not going to spoil anything or anything to that effect, but yeah, it is this person is going to sink and going to sink and going to sink, and it's completely like, this is what I wanted to have the idea of. What if somebody fell into hell alive? They weren't, like, it's not their soul. They still have their physical, body and everything. And it's that idea where it's like, what if the will of that person helped them overcome the sheer terror that was around them? And that's kind of what this is that this ball that they're sinking in, ultimately they find a very strange comfort in it, and that's kind of where it comes from. So but yeah, so I've got pages of notes, I've got tons of things I'm trying to do with it, and yeah, I'm very curious to see how this will all come about. What do you mean the upload's paused? I tell you when to work. Thank you very much. I'm reconnecting to my Wi-Fi, seeing if that makes it work. So there we go. It's uploading now. So, all right, artists, we're going to get this up on the screen here very soon. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to that scene. We will get rid of that one. Music just stopped there for a moment. I got scared. Okay. We are so close. We're so freaking close. Yes, I'm going to show it. So, what about a podcast with weird questions from kids? Oh my God, kids are the best for that. I'd be down for that. Like, hey man, ask your kiddo the most, or ask your kid like what some questions they've always wanted to know, like answers to. And it's just based on what my own hell would be. I don't know if it's as much as my own hell as much as it is my own phobia. So, because I don't know if phobia and eternal punishment are really like, if they're even one and the same. But I guess in a way, probably like this, that would be a horrible, horrible thing. And what would be worse is to not have the ball. It's the idea that this ball is basically taking the pressure. It's taking all that. And again, there's a reason for that. So a lot of the things I'm saying, like when I'm like, yeah, there's a reason for that. That's basically the reason is basically one reason that encompasses them all, and it's going to do a very interesting thing once we get to that portion of the story. So, okay. All right, artist. Let's go ahead and drop this in here. I'm going to have to do some adjusting here, so... The stream is skipping. Oh my goodness. Come on, you're a tough little cookie. You can do it, laptop. Almost. I gotta get it positioned. There we go. I kept my promise. Did my thing. Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing, too, is that when it comes to the afterlife, there is so much that's unknown. There's so much that, you know, people can say, so... Oh, it's artist. It's already in. It's in OBS, so it's just updating right now. So it's just a matter of when it updates on your guys' end. So yeah, because I can see the art from here. So it looks really, really good. Bob's just like, I have had enough of Christmas. We're only one day past it, so yep. Hey, like I told you, I make sure it would happen. I'm a fan, yeah. And it is really cool. I'm about it. That's the thing about Bob, is that you literally, like, you can do anything you want. You can either have it be the ghost with the horns, or you can do a full-fledged demon, or you can do like a snake. You can there's so much that you can do, and it's just it's wild. Like I love that. There's a lot of interpretation that's there. So, yeah. So I'm gonna hopefully make the story into 2 parts, and essentially what it's going to be is the first part is going to be called The Middle Apotheosis. Now, apotheosis essentially is somebody being lifted or declared to divine status. Now, that's more of a concept rather than an actual metamorphosis or a change, but there's something very poetic in that, where it's the idea that, you know, part 1 is all about apotheosis. It's all about the idea that you are basically seeing what happens when someone literally has divinity given to them or is able to attain it. And part 2 is going to be called The Middle Petrichor. It's the idea that it's like that we are coming to the end. So if there's a part in between those, there'll probably be a different name for that one. Petrichor needs to be the ending. So that is the plan as of right now. But I'm excited just to see how it all fits together, and, you know, just like I said, to finally have it come all together. So yeah, so I don't know. Everything could change. I could have a completely different outlook on it and go like, no, it's not going to be like this at all, or it's, you know, I mean, everything can change. But I had to get my yawn out. I got this fancy little mute button that I can hit if I need to do any bodily functions, so it's fun. Say, does anybody have any more questions or anything else that they would like to, that they would like to ask before I jump off here? Because I'm going to go grab pizza for the second time of the day and start writing this book again. When is the next live? I'm probably going to do this every other Saturday. So not next week, but the following week after. That's more than likely when I'll do it, because that's when my wife is at work. I'm not taking time away from her, you know, but it's just, you know, it's kind of weird. My weekends have been kind of odd recently, but I might, it could be an every Saturday thing, but Saturday in the morning or afternoon, that's usually when you can look for it. So yeah, it's awesome. By the way, I'm really happy that you colored this one. And you took the time to do that and did it so quickly. So thank you. That's really awesome. Yeah, and I'm completely up for that. It's just that she is exhausted all the time. Like there's just some times where it's like she doesn't have the ability to, like, just even be like, I don't even want to be on camera right now. I don't like, I mean, if I had to work as much as she did and everything like that, I wouldn't want to do it either. So it's completely dependent on if she's feeling up to it. But she's a riot. It's always fun to have her on stuff. So watching scary movies with her is actually one of my favorite things to do, just because she's such a practical person. She's like, oh, come on. Like we watched a movie last night called Killer Sofa. It's literally about a recliner that kills people. It's ridiculous. All right, artist, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. You enjoy. Thank you for your art. And thank you for everything today. Yeah, she works herself to the bone, man. And she, not only does she work the job that she does that's very physically, mentally, and emotionally demanding, she also does photography when she's not working. So that's the other thing too. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all goes about, as far as like, if excuse me, didn't mute that one. I'm going to keep it. No, but just whenever this COVID crap calms down, man, like that's what's causing the most issues, So have I watched VelociPastor yet? I have not. Actually, I forgot that even existed. I probably would put VelociPastor up there with Wolf Cop. It kind of sounds like it's been the same thing. So, and thank you, and definitely like follow her photography page and stuff if you haven't already. Like she is posting some really crazy good stuff on there. She's got some very good subjects that are coming up here pretty soon. I mean, she's still socially distancing and still doing everything that she needs to, whenever she's doing stuff. But it's just a matter of getting out whenever she can, and also counting on good weather too, because Ohio, its weather is very, very bipolar. It moves all over the place all the time. So it's insane. But I really, really want her to be able to just have some time that she can just relax here soon. So that's why I make sure that if she comes home, she doesn't do shit when she comes home. She just relaxes. So. Yeah, I know. I keep yawning. I promise you guys aren't boring me. Thank God the camera's not on, because then I'd make you yawn. So. But nevertheless, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. This has been an awesome stream. Thank you for guys for chilling out with me, as always. Anna, Artist, My Midnight Dream, Joey, all you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry as well, who was on here earlier. Sorry, I think 142 was his name, so thank you so much. But I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your day and do something fun. Do something that you're excited about, and just enjoy it. So I'm going to go write the story, and hopefully I can post an audiobook here pretty soon. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Adios. We'll talk to you later.